Welcome back, everybody, to High and Tight, a part of the Sports Wars YouTube channel, part of geeksandgamers.com. I'm your host, Brandon Andreessen. And as always, before we get going, if you like what you see on this video, go ahead and click down on the subscribe button so you can catch all the latest we have to offer on the YouTube channel. Football season's coming, guys. NFL, college, and we will have you covered. Already a ton of new content on the channel. Definitely worth checking out. Let's talk baseball, though. It's kind of the dog days of summer right now. Not much going on. And around this time every year, sports writers like to drum up some new narratives to complain about, to write about, to, fill bylines with. And I'm going to hit on a couple of them today and discuss them. The first one is shifting bad for baseball, and should we ban the shift? In the broader sense, baseball is kind of the great unchanged game where very little over, the past century has changed about it. The same basic rules have always applied. There haven't been any major adjustments to it since, Ty Cobb was playing. And so people identify and endear baseball on an almost mythical level and don't want anything to change and don't like innovation with it. Like, baseball is notoriously slow with innovation and changes. One of the changes that has come around in the analytics era is shifting. It has been around for a long time, but it's become more prevalent. And baseball writers are now wringing their hands saying, we can't, this isn't the game we, rooted for. Get rid of shifting. It's taking away all the fun in baseball. Here's the thing. What happened to bunting? Just throwing that out there. If you get an overshift, why not bunt to third base where there's nobody at and just take an easy base on it? We become so locked into the three true outcomes of walk, strikeout, home run that we've lost it seems like some of the smaller things go by the wayside. If you want to kill a shift, beat the shift. Go the opposite field with it. It's not indictment on a defense for trying to put an optimal alignment out there. It is on the baseball player. It is a strategy. It is on the batter to hit through the shift, to get around the shift, to hit opposite of the shift. There's no rule that needs to go in place with it. But there's always going to be people that, a shortstop should be where a shortstop is. A third baseman should be where a third baseman is. As long as there's 9 players on the field and there's one batter, it's still baseball. It's still 3 strikes, 4 balls, over the fence, home run, single, double, triple, fly ball, ground ball. It's all the same. The strategy should always be to beat the defensive alignment. It shouldn't be to have to change the rules to make it easier on the batter. It seems like turning a chess game into a game of checkers, to be honest with you. My opinion on it, that's just how I feel. I'm sure a lot of you maybe feel differently about it. If you do, hit me up in the comments section. We'll discuss it further. The other one going around right now is that people are complaining that too many position players are pitching. And they say this is bad for the game. It's a bad look for baseball. It's just coaches giving up. Yes, it is. Baseball, in a broader spectrum, baseball is a very taxing game, mentally and physically. To be on the road for as much as you are on the road, it's 162 games. It's twice as long as hockey or basketball. It's 10 times more action than football on a year-to-year basis. And going through that, you have to to break up the monotony of it. You look at a team like the Cubs, who are letting various guys who are just begging, like Anthony Rizzo, begging to pitch. You let him go in there and pitch during a blowout. What it happens is twofold. It loosens up the team. It gives people an opportunity to relax, have fun, see their buddy out there pitching, make fun of him throwing a 55-mile-per-hour fastball, things like that. What else it does is, though, it rests your bullpen. Especially now, it's August, and teams are just hitting that stretch where players are getting nicked up, bumped up. Arms are getting tired, arms are getting dead, and what you'd rather do is rest those players and put those and instead of having to pitch those players 4 out of 7 days, give them an extra day. Pitch them 3 out of 7 days, and you're resting players. It has been proven so many times in the recent history that bullpen is so unbelievably important come playoff time that coaches are very aware and very cognizant of the fact that you have to have a rested bullpen, you have to have a ready bullpen, and you have to be willing to admit defeat on a random Wednesday night when your team is down 14-2. Nobody should be losing sleep over whether your backup right field is going in to toss a couple junk innings just to get the game over with, just so you don't have to put one of your actual pitchers in the game. But people are trying to legislate against it, try to change the game. I get it. I understand that, what I'm saying is just my opinion, and there are two sides to everything, and I'm sure with every opinion I have is a valid opinion to the other side of it. I'm just kind of giving what I think about it, and I'm sure if you disagree with me, hit me up in the comments, hit me up in our Facebook group, and we'll discuss it further. Just keep it civil. That's all I ask. I'm always down to have a dialogue on both sides of it, because in reality, it is just a game. I mean, I think so much of our existence these days is just we're in such divisive times, and it feels like you have to have such a hard opinion on everything, and nobody can ever sway anybody's opinion, and you're either right or you're wrong. It's concrete one way or the other. And baseball is no different. And baseball sometimes deals with this even worse than every other sport, and like a lot of things in pop culture, just because it has existed for so long. It's been around since in professional form since the 1870s. And a lot of baseball is the exact same thing. What we are watching now is basically just an evolved version of what, our great grandparents were watching, or when they would go to the fields by trolley because there weren't cars yet, or they'd be listening to on the radio, or at the inception of television when they were watching Bill Mazeroski hit a walk-off home run to win a World Series, for the Pirates back in the 50s, 60s. Baseball can bring a great debate, because I don't think there is a right or wrong answer. Obviously, I could be wrong about all this. And, during the offseason, baseball might legislate it, and they might make rules, and it's worth talking about. But to say that, we have to change things, I don't feel is right. To say that we don't have to change anything, I also don't feel is right. I think what we love about baseball is that it is, it's been used as a metaphor for life for so long. And in a lot of ways, it's true. Sometimes it's right in front of you. It's the most important thing going on. Sometimes it's just background noise, and you go about your day through it. You work, you have your children, you do things, and you go about life. And baseball's just kind of in the background, but it's always there, and it's always a part of it. It's not a 1 day a week thing. It's not, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. twice a week on the West Coast sort of thing. Baseball is always just kind of there, and it's always up for the offering. It's always just a part of your life, especially if you're as big of a fan as, say, I am, or if you're watching this, I assume you as well. What I'm encouraging today is let's have an open dialogue about baseball. Let's as a collective be different than a lot of other aspects of life, and let's respect each other's opinions, and let's discuss it in an open and constructive manner where, maybe we are open to other people's opinions, even if they are different from ours. And I'm willing to engage in that conversation with you guys in the comment section, Facebook group. Let's talk about it, because, I'm not going to give power rankings this week. Power rankings are very simple. Here's the Red Sox up at 1, and way down here is everybody else. It doesn't matter. They just won the AL East this past weekend. Sorry, Yankees, you're playing in the wild card game against whoever survives the AL West. Don't know what to tell you on that one. Red Sox are the best team in baseball. I've been calling the Astros best team in baseball all season. I I'm pretty much willing to change that at this point. I think the Red Sox are the best right now. We'll see where the Astros are when they get healthy. Either way, that is going to be one hell of an ALCS, I would assume. But for this week, let's have a dialogue. Let's have a conversation. What do you want to see changed in baseball? What don't you want to see changed in baseball? Let's talk about that. And let's have a discussion about that. And, I'll come back next week and we'll discuss it. We can discuss it more. This is August. Nothing important is happening in baseball right now, I can assure you. If somebody goes down injured or we have an August waiver wire trade, I will be there for it. I promise you. But let's just talk about what we like about baseball, what we don't like about baseball, what we'd like to change about baseball. I'm here for it. I'm here to talk to you guys about it each and every week right here on the Geeks and Gamers Sports Wars YouTube channel. If you want to catch any of my other podcasts, check me out at soundcloud.com/Tim and Brandon Show for my stand-up comedy podcast. My weekly football gambling article should be going up live soon at footballabsurdity.com. We got some other stuff down the pipeline for you. And, of course, tomorrow afternoon we will have Geeks and Gamers Pro Wrestling Nation podcast coming to you on both Podbean and iTunes, along with my host, Corey Harris. We're doing great stuff over there every week, giving you everything you need to know about wrestling. Just another thing, it's enjoyment. Remember, everyone, my final words for you this week, it's just a game. Everything is just a game. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. Just like everything else, don't take it too seriously. We're all just trying to get out of life alive together. Let's be cool with each other and let's just do it better for each other.